Coming up in EastEnders, Emmerdale and Coronation Street next week. Here are Emmerdale spoilers for next week, including Cain's confession and Graham's next play for Rhona. Stay tuned. Spoiler 1. Cain has no way out. On the brink of losing it all, Cain struggles with his lies to Moira. Joe continues to pile the pressure on, and there are invoices to pay and no money to pay them. Cain tells Sarah Joe has him cornered, and Sarah insists he now has to tell Moira everything. Spoiler 2. Kai confesses. Visiting Moira in prison, Cain destroys her world, as he admits his cancer is much worse than he let on. She says he has to tell Kyle and Isaac, plus the family, and get help. Cain then lands another blow, as he tells her about Joe Tate and the farm. But she insists Cain's health is more important. After gathering the Dingles together and then telling the boys, Cain reveals the news of his cancer to his family. They rush to support him. Spoiler 3. Moira faces Kim. Joe is not happy when Kim isn't impressed by his master plan to get butlers. Soon, Kim heads to the prison to see Moira, but what will the outcome be? Spoiler 4. Graham gives Rhona an ultimatum. Rhona finds out Graham knew about Cain's cancer, and that's why he was helping him instead of Joe. She is impressed, but their moment is witnessed by Lydia, and she wastes no time revealing what she saw to Kim. Kim pretends she's not bothered, but who is she trying to convince? Meanwhile, Graham tells Rhona to meet him at 12:30, or he will keep away forever. What will Rhona decide? Spoiler 5. The truth about Arthur revealed. Struggling with the weight of what Arthur has done, Laurel confides in Nicola. Meanwhile, Jay offers Arthur a job at the depot, but he rejects it. Gabby then gets involved, and Arthur finally admits he pushed Laurel. What will Gabby do? Spoiler 6. Bear to be discharged. Paddy finds out that Bear is being assessed to see if he can be discharged. Will Bear be let out and sent to prison? Spoiler 7. Nicola wants the tea. Nicola is still super suspicious of Jay and Kerry's closeness, but will she bust their secret relationship? Spoiler 8. Matty has a moment. In amongst the chaos of the farm, Matty reflects with sadness of everything he's lost this year. Can he find a way to feel better? And if you enjoyed these Emmerdale spoilers, subscribe so you can come back for more. Struggling Ravi takes Mark to Wolford Common for a huge fight. But what will Mark do when Ravi reveals he is the police informant? Elsewhere, Vicky is shocked to learn the real reason Mark came back to Wolford, and Lauren is attacked by thugs. Find out more in our explosive EastEnders spoilers for next week. Spoiler 1. Ravi tells Mark the truth. Still under pressure to find the informant, Mark confronts Ravi. But Ravi is struggling with his mental health. Mark grows more suspicious of Ravi when Priya pleads Ravi's innocence a little too much. Mark breaks into Ravi and Priya's flat to search for evidence. Priya is horrified to find Mark in her home. Thinking fast, she spins a lie about why Ravi spends so much time with Jack. But will Mark believe her? Hitting another downward spiral, Ravi kidnaps Mark. At Wolford Common, Ravi tells Mark he is the police informant and goads him into a fight. Panicking about Ravi's mental health, Priya races to find Vicky and tells her everything. Vic refuses to believe that her brother is involved with a gang, but Phil backs up Priya's story. Vicky is shocked to realize the real reason Mark came back to Wolford. It doesn't take long for her to learn she is in danger, and she starts to panic. Spoiler 2. Priya gets Ravi the help he needs. Priya sees Ravi's self-harm scars and knows she has to intervene. She gets him to see a doctor, but Ravi doesn't reveal the true depths of his despair and lies to Priya that he is on the road to recovery. Spoiler 3. Lauren gets attacked. Lauren panics when she hears that the car lot is up for sale. She wants to buy it, but the bank refuses to lend her the money. Lauren asks Max if he will invest in the car lot, but he says no. It is only when Cindy winds him up about not helping his daughter that he changes his mind. Lauren and Max head to the Vic to celebrate, but it soon becomes clear that the pair have very different ideas about how their business partnership will work. As Lauren gets ready for her first day as the manager of the car lot, she's upset to realize that Max intends to be the one in charge. Desperately trying to prove herself to Max, Lauren promises to sell a classic car in 24 hours and takes Mark for a spin. Mark admits he doesn't have the money to buy the car, but offers to take Lauren for lunch to make up for it. However, as Mark leaves Lauren in the car alone, a thug attacks her and speeds off with the car. Spoiler 4. Phil avoids Nigel. Struggling with Nigel being in a care home, Phil avoids going to visit. He offers to go with Sam to her radiotherapy session instead, in a bid to look busy. Lexi is missing Nigel and asks to go and visit. However, Phil refuses, so Callum and Julie take her instead. Spoiler 5. Oscar plays Ian and Elaine. Still struggling without Jasmine, Oscar nurses a hangover at the cafe. However, he ends up getting roped into Ian's Councillor Beale campaign. But what Ian doesn't realise is that Oscar is also running a smear campaign against him for Elaine. Unfortunately for Oscar, Ian and Elaine find out he has been playing them, and they both sack him. How will Oscar cope with feeling lonely once again? And if you enjoyed these EastEnders spoilers, subscribe so you can come back for more news from the Square. Here are 7 exciting Coronation Street spoilers for next week, including a love triangle, poo wars, and birthday blues. Don't go anywhere. Spoiler 1. Ollie's love triangle. Amy sashays in, all glammed up and ready for her first proper date with Ollie, and Lauren's jealousy alarm goes off instantly. There's a clumsy oops moment as Amy ends up drenched in drinks. Awkward. Later, Amy's still floating after her night with Ollie, who announces he's whisking her off to speed dial next. Maggie, playing puppeteer, orders Lauren to get glammed, get moving, and remind Ollie exactly what he's missing. When Lauren struts into speed dial looking knockout, Ollie's eyes say it all. As Ollie has a go at Maggie for interfering, Lauren confessed her feelings to him. How will he react? Spoiler 2. Jim's funeral causes a stir. Steve confesses to Tim that he's dodging Cassie because tying the knot again feels complicated. He ropes Ben in for moral support at Jim's funeral, which sparks Tim's jealousy. After all, he actually knew the man, unlike Ben. At the funeral, Steve feels uneasy as Liz and Andy sit it out, washed of Jim long ago. Back at the Rovers, Jim's old army pals, Declan and Davy, regale Steve with wild tales, while Maggie scowls and reminds Ben of his morning hospital appointment. The next day, Ben wakes with a hangover. Eva scolds him about the missed echocardiogram, and Maggie fumes. Eva gently warns her that mourning Jim isn't an excuse to unleash on punters. Meanwhile, Steve wrestles with memories, feelings, and what comes next. Spoiler 3. Sam's family voice their concerns. Sam hits the bus stop and promptly turns green, forcing Leanne to rush him home in record time. Worrying about more than just exams, she confides in Nick that something else is going on. Later, Sam pops by the flat to grab his books, only to get a verbal jab from Megan as Leanne steps out. Leanne vents to Daniel about her concerns, apologizing for interrupting his flirty phone call with Megan. The trio, Leanne, Nick and Toya, agree Sam's burning the candle at both ends. When Megan ditches her date with Daniel, curiosity spikes. Meanwhile, Hope senses that Sam is being bullied and urges him to stand tall. Bullies are all bark, no bite. Megan warns him to drop his suspicions about her and Will, but Sam, taking Hope's pep talk to heart, finally grows a backbone and tells Megan he's done being scared. A new, braver Sam is emerging, and when Megan flirts with Will on the phone, will Leanne overhear their conversation? Spoiler 4, Theo's birthday woes. Next week sees birthday chaos in full swing as Todd and Summer belt out a raucous happy birthday for Theo. But Theo's excitement fizzles fast as he unwraps his gifts, clearly underwhelmed. At the bistro, he ropes in Gary and Maria for a celebratory lunch, glaring daggers at a tardy Todd. When the bill lands, Theo insists Todd covers for the guests, leaving him sheepishly admitting he only has £80. Back home, Theo's birthday mood turns volcanic. He accuses Todd of ruining the day and demands a bottle of wine. Coffee? Theo snaps. As Todd tidies the aftermath of their earlier squabble, his frustration bubbles over. Soup blender malfunctioning, crockery broken, and anger flying. Gary pops in to collect Theo's clothes and finds Todd in disarray. Heartfelt apologies are exchanged, but Theo insists on a sit-down chat at the flat. Can Todd fix the birthday disaster, or will Theo's wrath linger? Spoiler 5, Theo spies on Todd. Alone in the flat, Todd frets that Theo might storm back at any moment, his nerves fraying. Meanwhile, at the Undertaker's, George's day goes from bad to worse, with yet another funeral cancellation piling on the stress. Over at the Rovers, George, Christina, Sarah and James try to lift Todd's spirits, but the moment he spots Theo, his emotions spill over and he bolts. Theo tails him, insisting they must talk, while James shepherds a slightly tipsy Todd home, Theo lurking in the shadows, scheming for heart-to-heart chaos. It's a tense mix of teenage angst, parental panic and shadowy stares, with Todd's heart hanging by a thread. Can this father-son showdown be salvaged? Or will Theo's arrival turn the flat into an emotional minefield? Spoiler 6. Jodie's mischief goes to the dogs. Jodie struts down the street with David the dog in tow, expertly dodging Adam's lecture on picking up dog muck. Inside, she's all smiles, but simmering beneath the surface. Chaos escalates when David decides Adam's shiny new car makes the perfect hydrant. Adam fumes, but Jodie shrugs it off. At the cafe, Tracy spots the pup behind the counter and waves a warning about environmental health violations. Meanwhile, Adam and Alia flirt with the idea of a celebratory holiday, until a mysterious text leaves Alia flustered. The poo perpetrator caper intensifies. Adam confronts Jodie with the evidence. She denies everything, and David clearly knows she's fibbing. Undeterred, Jodie and David attach another bag of doggy doom to Adam's car and dash off, giggling. Lily warns them about Weatherfield community's watchful eyes, and Jodie frets her ex might spot the antics. Back in the wings, Alia meets an old boss from Fabian's, but what's her game? Meanwhile, Adam and Daniel plot to finally catch the crafty culprit in action. Spoiler 7. Maggie orders George out. Theo's mischief meter is off the charts. He catches Summer spilling the beans to George about James crashing on the sofa, instantly filing it away for later chaos. At speed dial, Theo spots Adam meeting a client. Gary whispers it's Annie, the very woman accusing George of fraud, and Theo can't resist sneaking over, curiosity gleaming. Meanwhile, Todd and Christina read out fake news articles trashing George's reputation, leaving gloomy George in shock. Over at the Rovers, Maggie sniffs trouble, dubs George the local con man, and slams the door on him. Todd and Christina leap to his defense, only to get bounced too. Theo, grinning, keeps tabs on Todd through his app, plotting his next mind game. Who will crumble first under Theo's scheming? And if you enjoyed these Coronation Street spoilers, subscribe so you can come back for more news from the Cobbles.